Hello, I want to talk today about the sun, our lovely star in the middle of our solar system. I want to first talk about how the sun has a feminine aspect and a masculine aspect. The feminine aspect of the sun is the inner creative fire, the inner fire, and the masculine aspect of the sun is the external aspect of the sun that shines its light everywhere in the solar system, including the earth. And you can see the different aspects of how the feminine and the masculine aspect of the sun has shown in many different cultures because there are sun goddesses and sun gods. And some cultures tend to emphasize the masculine aspect of the sun, and some cultures tend to focus on the feminine aspect of the sun, like in the German culture with Sunna associated with goddess. Most astrology tends to focus on the external aspects of the sun because this is what we can see in our world. And the feminine aspects of the sun are not focused as much, although to some extent they are, with the creative spark and the creativity and the inner soul awakening. The core symbolism of the sun, I like to split up symbolism between the core symbolism and the expanded symbolism. So the core symbolism of the sun is connected to consciousness, light, the ability to see or to be seen, and the center of our being, or the center of the solar system. So if we start with the sun being consciousness, this can express as the sun representing our soul, our identity, our ego, our vitality, and our life force. And I see this as the soul or the consciousness expressing and permeating different aspects of ourselves. There's the pure soul, there's the identity of the ego, which is the 3D lens from which the I am comes through. And then there's the life force and the vitality, which is how consciousness permeates our body. If we look at the sun in our chart from the soul level, we can see that it represents our innermost desires, our purpose, our vision, our dharma, what we seek to fulfill in this incarnation, and what our soul wants to do and how our soul wants to play. If we look at the sun from the ego and identity lens, we see, as I mentioned before, that it's the 3D lens from which we view our own sense of self. So this is connected to self-esteem, confidence, and self-worth and self-expression, which is the way that we bring our identity out into the world and express our identity. The sun is the provider of life force and vitality in our solar system to all living beings. And so the sun represents our health and vitality. The sun being the center of life and the giver of life force is evident because we are made of the stars, and all the elements that exist come from the stars. In addition to the fact that esoterically the mitochondria, which are the powerhouse of their cells, are also the sun of our cells, the energy producer. The mitochondria are like the mini suns that power our cells. We are also biophotonic, which means that we emanate light, and this is seen through our aura. Many different cultures see trying to produce our inner fire and increasing our inner fire as a big part of increasing our life and our health and our vitality. So when looking at the sun and the symbolism of the sun connected to the center of the solar system, it is connected to any type of leaders, kings, governments, authorities, father, any type of person that represents the axis from which everyone else goes around. And they represent the stability of either a nation, a people, a group, a family, or, like I said, any other type of group. The sun also represents what is visible, what is public, what can be seen, what you can shine a light on. So this represents what is seen in your life. So this could be your fame, your reputation, your career, how the kinds of activities that you do in the world. Also, when you can see clearly. So you have clarity. So you can see your vision, you can see your purpose. And if you can see your vision and your purpose, then you can make clear decisions. So the sun is connected to decision making and making clear and good decisions. The sun also represents self-expression, as I mentioned before, but also creativity and charisma because of that light that is shining off of us through our aura. And so it can be connected to entertainers or artists that their career is focused on self-expression. So these are the main symbolisms associated with the sun. I also want to point out that there are going to be healthy manifestations of how the sun expresses and also unhealthy manifestations. So the sun can represent somebody with low self-esteem or high self-esteem that has a healthy sense of self. So any of these can be an unhealthy, imbalanced version and a more balanced, healthy version. If you would like to know what is going on with the sun in your chart, in addition to any other planets, I'm currently offering astrology birth chart readings, which includes fixed stars and solar return readings, and also personalized hypnotherapy. You can check out my website linked below or on my channel to learn more. And also subscribe to my channel if you're interested in exploring more of these topics. Thank you, and talk to you later.